What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're out doing some practice on the Dyna and getting a feel for all the parts. Why don't we strap the helmet to the head, hop on the bike, and go for a ride. I haven't tried to pop the tire up yet for a few different reasons. One being my exhaust is being held on by zip ties right now. Two, I still got this shitty stock lever here, and honestly, I think that's two of the biggest reasons. That and you know, I'm just kind of feeling the bike out, making sure everything's sound. I'm no master mechanic when it comes to working on Harleys. I feel like I have a pretty decent sense of what needs to be done, but as soon as all the bolts are tight and everything's put together, I'm not going to go out and just start ripping on it. I just want to make sure everything's kind of sound. I ride it once or twice and double check all my nuts and bolts, just make sure everything's good to go. Another reason for that is I just want to be confident on the bike and know that shit's put together, which is how I am. You know, here's the thing, like, I don't want to hurt myself or the bike to a point where I'm out for the season and then everything I've done up to this point is kind of just a waste. It delays the channel, it delays my progress. I'm just taking my time with it and also just trying to really enjoy the experience. I've been wanting to do this for some time now, and I finally have the opportunity to do it. And I'm glad that I get to motovlog and share the experience with you guys. And if you guys are ever interested in doing something like this yourself, you kind of get you can watch me fuck up. You can learn from my failures. Now we're actually going to run to Ace and see if I can pick up, I don't know what you call it, a rubber mounted bracket, so I can secure those pipes to at least my swing arm for now, until I can get a 2-in-1 on there. I just can't believe how expensive some of this stuff is, so it's just gonna, you know, I'll wait for the right deal to come along or save up until I can afford the 2-in-1. This is a bummer because there's a few other things that I'd like to do to this thing sooner than later. So it's really just trying to prioritize things as best as I can, given the circumstances of this build and the process that I'm doing it in. But you know what, that's alright. At least I get to ride it around, feel it out, get used to the bike, feel comfortable on it, because that's really a big thing. Like, you know, I know once you learn how to do some of this stuff, you can probably hop on anybody's bike and do it, but me being a flat out stone cold beginner, you know, I've never ridden a bike in this position. It feels great. I mean, it kind of feels like a dirt bike a little bit. The seat's kind of shitty. Like, this solo stock seat is definitely not the sweet spot. I gotta get me a saddleman step up. But see, like, that's what I mean. Like, just trying to prioritize this stuff. For now, I can live with the seat. You know, the crash bars are obviously meant to protect your bike, but that's kind of why I got them. And we also got the bar set up on there, went with the original garage. If you have checked out my last video that I just posted, the installation of these mid controls, I go over the handlebar setup. So far so good. It feels really good. It feels really solid. 6.5-inch pullback feels really good. I'm 6'1", and I got them rolled back just a little bit, not too much. I might even do a little more, but it feels really good. I feel like I'm on top of the bike, you know, like I can throw it around. And not only that, but it's comfortable. I mean, I almost feel like everybody should try the moto bar style setup, even some of you old timers, versus the ape hangers, because I had the apes on here. I want to say they were 12-inch on it. It's whatever it came with the bike. I don't know, they just weren't comfortable. I didn't feel like I had as much control over the bike, and honestly, I prefer this look over the apes anyway.
The story is, if we get pulled over, we just replace the clutch plates. I'm trying to make sure it's before I sell it.
Yeah, and we ran out of beer in between fixing it. I'll show you what I had to cut off. If you look right in there, this is the bracket that comes out and connects to this clamp or bracket, whatever you want to call it. that connects to the pipe, and that's actually what holds the pipe in position where they're sitting now. So you can see I actually just ran some zip ties to the swing arm. Obviously isn't a long-term solution, but just something for now to keep them on there. I could probably even run it without anything, but I don't want them bouncing around back. That was the only thing I had to do for that, because what you could do, what you see here is, see it, but down in here, it's actually riding the pipe right now. It's making contact with the pipe, and actually is probably putting some pressure on it, but I didn't think it was bad enough to where I couldn't run it. It was this little front plate here that's what interferes. So I don't know why they don't just redesign that to fit all models with any exhaust, because if they got rid of that little tab right in there and just changed the design a little bit, you wouldn't have to have that inconvenience of only having a 2-in-1 pipe. You could run your stock headers. For people that aren't building stunt bikes, maybe they just want the protection, but you know, I'm not a TC Bro engineer, so I made it work. I think you probably could too. It's obviously not a long-term solution, but I already had everything off, so I didn't want to just put everything back without the bar. I figured I'm just going to do whatever I got to do to make this thing go on. But eventually I will be getting a Pisani 2-in-1 on there, along with like a million other things that I still need to do. I'm going to get some 14-inch Legends on the rear. I might do the Legend rebuild kit, because I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is soft. I mean, it's really soft. Have my buddy Franco probably throw that together, make easy work of it, and just keep checking things off the list here, you guys. I mean, I'm sure most of you guys know when it comes to Harley Davidsons, nothing's cheap. So it's just going to be a process, but we are getting there. I mean, the bike's going to be now protected, so I can start kind of playing around with it. Got to get a lockup clutch in there, so I might go with the Evolution or the Barnett. This seems like they're pretty much the same thing. I've heard good things about both of them. I'm gonna probably price it out and just see what's best. I gotta get new levers. I'll probably do both, but gotta get a one-finger pull clutch, because if you don't have that when you're trying to, you know, pop out, if you got all 4 fingers on there when you're trying to pop a clutch out for a wheelie, you don't really have much to grip. You're not gripping anything, so you want that one finger so you can use your 3 fingers to grip the bike when you pop it up, or at least I do while I'm trying to get comfortable popping up wheelies. You know, I imagine it can't be too easy on a Dyna. I think once I figure out getting that wheelie up though, getting that front wheel up, I think riding the wheelie isn't going to be too difficult. Other than that, still got to get a rear rim for it. I do eventually want to do the oil pan mod. That Cruzy Original has got a video up. I'll actually post that video in the description so you guys can check that out. I don't think I'll do a video on that. I'm just going to end up doing it. Yeah, the list will just go on and on and on. I'm sure I'll break things, so I'll be making repairs. My goal for this summer, I would say, is to be able to do, be able to ride out balance point wheelies on this thing by the end of the summer, and on top of that, I'd like to be able to do rollers and donuts. So that's the goal. All right, now that my GoPro doesn't want to freeze up on me, I can actually do some more vlogging. Oh, whoops. See if I can do one here. Okay, well, that was officially my first roller. Pretty sad excuse for one, but hey, we all got to start somewhere, right? Just looking for some lots here in Mexico. Hey, what the fuck? That sprinkler just sprayed me. Okay. Brakes are kind of smushy. Yeah, I gotta adjust this front brake a little bit. It's like really mushy, so when I go to squeeze it, I end up pushing it into my other fingers, and honestly, it just doesn't feel like it's grabbing that good. Like the motor wants to push through it. I got to get some better breakage going on. Like I can't push it hard enough, or pull, I should say pull it. I need to be pulling hard enough to be able to get it. Let's see what this thing's got, man. it just seems too fast for a stock 88. It's just like I get into a higher RPM and it just wants to go.